Moose wanted to come in and say hello, but not really. She just wanted to come in. Can you say hi? Sure. Yeah, go away. Hey there, hi there, ho there, nail friend. Thanks so much for coming back. Thanks for being here if this is your first time. I'm Tyler. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Fauve Cosmetics Van Gogh 1 collection. If you're in the US, usually we pronounce it as Van Gogh. In the UK, they pronounce it Van Gogh. And when I was in Amsterdam, I actually remember hearing it pronounced as Van Gogh most of the time. However, I've read that the Dutch will often pronounce it as Van Gogh. So for the purposes of this video, we're just going to go with Van Gogh for today. The Van Gogh 1 collection is a 13-piece collection inspired by Vincent Van Gogh. If you're not familiar with his work, you're about to become familiar with it. We're also going to take a look at the Etched and Light duo, which is a charity collab with Playful Polished Pal. $2 from every bottle from that duo will be donated to the Transgender Law Center. So super important charity collab there. And 2 really gorgeous polishes, which is awesome. So Fauvism was new to me, at least this niche in the art history world was new to me until this brand came along. So Fauve Cosmetics is a fairly new brand in the scene. And it's a one-woman show run by Jess, who has a degree in painting. So it totally makes sense why this would be her brand concept. And if you go and look at the catalog, there are other collections that are definitely art inspired, and I can't wait to see where we go with this brand. But for the purposes of this collection, it's Van Gogh inspired. We do have a part 2 coming, and I've seen previews of those, and they're stunning. But yeah, Fauvism was new to me though. So according to the Met and Sabine Rewald, Fauvism was the first of the avant-garde movements that flourished in France in the early years of the 20th century. The Fauve painters were the first to break with Impressionism, as well with older traditional methods of perception. Their spontaneous, often subjective response to nature was expressed in bold, undistinguished brushstrokes and high-keyed, vibrant colors directly from the tube, which makes so much sense why I love the Fauve artwork that I've seen. We're going to look at a bunch. But if you've seen Matisse, or if you're familiar with Matisse, Matisse is kind of the daddy of Fauvism. I went to Amsterdam, like I mentioned, it was for my 40th birthday. Really lucky to get to go. My husband and I met one of our really, really dear friends there, had a fantastic week there, and we're lucky to go to the Van Gogh Museum. The story of Vincent Van Gogh is very tragic, very sad. It's a story of a man's struggle with his mental health, with his artistic journey, his artistic relationships, his romantic relationships, and ultimately his death, his very early death. And it's not a large window of time that we saw work from Vincent Van Gogh. But when I was at the museum, I can't claim, and there's no evidence that Van Gogh was gay or bisexual or queer in any way. But the whole time I walked around that museum and was hearing from his perspective and about his journey and his experience, I connected with it, which I don't know what that means per se, but I also just kind of got this sense of that I was maybe hearing from one of my queer ancestors, and take that for what it's worth. It literally was just my own personal experience. You may have a completely different experience. You may feel connected to Van Gogh and you may not be queer at all, but I did feel this sense of connection to him. So whatever that means. But yeah, let's get into the swatches. These polishes are stunning. It's a wide variety of finishes, and Fauve does a great job covering all of the bases. So this video is sponsored by Fauve Cosmetics, so thank you so much to Jess from Fauve for believing in my little baby channel. All thoughts and opinions are my own, obviously. But we have 13 gorgeous polishes to look at. Actually 15. We have 15 stunning polishes to look at, so we better get busy. All right, let's get this swatch party started. Kicking it off with Flare of Madness. Flare of Madness is an orange base with red, orange, gold shimmer. This one is inspired by Self-Portrait with Bandaged Ear and Pipe by Vincent Van Gogh, 1889. The painting inspiration gives the obvious color story, but wowza, this is like terracotta on fire. Or a pumpkin on fire. But it really, for me, just kept reading like terracotta pot. I think the red shimmer is so strong. It pulls that orange. It's a really stunning combo that kind of feels unique for me. Here you're seeing it under just regular, natural diffused light next to a window. Just like Van Gogh would have sat next to paint, probably. Next up, Lunar Halo. Yellow with green, blue, violet aurora shimmer, and green, aqua blue, violet flakes in various sizes. This one's inspired by landscape with couple walking and crescent moon. By Vincent Van Gogh, 1890. This one's so sweet and romantic. And the polishes too, just feels like a beautiful yellow dress. Like Belle's dress, like the dress from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. What other iconic yellow dresses are out there? That one Madonna wore to the Oscars? This one has the flakes are kind of a nice little touch to this. Adds a bit of texture visually, not physically. And the green glow, the aqua glow, is so vivid and just looks like that night sky. The way Van Gogh would approach a night sky is so unique. And so is this polish. Absinthe Minded. This one's a glow in the dark. It's an acidic lime chartreuse with a green indigo violet aurora shimmer that glows chartreuse and yellow. So wrap your head around that. This one's inspired by the Night Cafe, Vincent Van Gogh, 1888. The colors in the cafe feel like absinthe. They glow like a night bar. The bar isn't too full, but you can hear the sounds, you can smell the cigarettes. And I don't know if you've ever drank absinthe, but it is quite delicious actually. And anytime I think about absinthe, I just think of Kylie Minogue as the Green Fairy in Moulin Rouge. I'm the Green Fairy. Really related to her. This is so stunning. This is just like a gorgeous shimmery delight. There's definitely a brat element to this. I really enjoyed this one. And the glow on this, I had a bit of a hard time capturing it, but the glow was strong. I love the name of this one as well. Peacock Moth, a lime green chartreuse with lime green yellow magnetic, various color shifting iridescent flakies, and blue violet shimmer. This one's inspired by a giant peacock moth from Vincent Van Gogh, 1889. I love this painting. I love this polish. The polish is a perfect reflection of this painting. The painting is giving Mothra. So I decided to go at this one with the horseshoe magnet. Of course, wanted to show you what it looks like when that lime green and yellow magnetic sits on top over this pond of flakes. It's just so beautiful. The way that Fauve connects these to actual real pieces of historic art elevates the polishes in a way that just makes them feel extra special. In the age of AI images, and especially when a lot of brands in our industry use AI images for their inspiration photos for polishes quite often, Fauve is a lesson on how we can look back to historical works for inspiration, and there is a plethora to choose from. This one is stunning in the velvet style. It also looks incredible in the cat eye style. I forgot to include footage of it here, but I think I have a swatch of that on my Instagram, Evil Twin Nails. I have the full collection over there, and in my post of the swatches there, I did it with the stripe style. Okay, the namesake of the collection, Van Gogh, Van Gogh, Van Gogh, A green with orange, copper, gold aurora shimmer, inspired by Wheat Field by Vincent Van Gogh, 1888. I know you can assume that these are all by Vincent Van Gogh, but I'm just being proper. Van Gogh was known for his use of yellows, very bright, very vivid yellows of lots of different kinds. And this one feels like a beautiful combination of golden wheat and the green. It's like wheat as it's changing when it's changing over to be prepared for harvest. Some of it's still a little bit green, but then the rest of it starts to fully turn gold. Eventually it all turns gold. But I've been wearing this polish for several days, and in the sunlight it's spectacular. In low light it is so shifty. I had a few different people ask me if this was a chrome when they saw it in person, and I was delighted to tell them that it wasn't, that it was actually just 3 coats of a regular lacquer. Oh, another favorite here that I forgot to mention in my final favorites at the end of the video, Electric Reverie. This is a green aqua when it's cold to electric lime when warm, thermal, with green indigo violet aurora, with green indigo violet, not violent, aurora, and dainty hollow. Inspired by green wheat fields, Auvers, I don't know if I'm saying that right, by, you guessed it, Vincent Van Gogh, 1890. The purple clouds, the kind of periwinkle clouds in this. There's so many different colors of green in this painting, and the polish also has so many different colors of green, shifting over into kind of the aqua turquoise that you see in the sky. It's a sensitive thermal, as you'll see here. Using my trusty orange stick as my first line of defense. After my orange stick, I always use a cleanup brush as well. You don't often see that step of the process. This is a beautiful summer thermal. It also could maybe read as a little bit spectral if you wanted to wear it into Halloween. Speaking of spectral, next up we have Delirium, which is a jungle green with a blue-violet aurora shimmer and dainty hollow that glows green. So Delirium, another glow-in-the-dark. This one's inspired by self-portrait dedicated to Paul Gauguin by Vincent Van Gogh, 1888. Vincent Van Gogh's self-portraits kind of remind me of like gay selfies. Just, he was a little bit obsessed with taking selfies, and this was the version of that back then. And this is one of my absolute favorite self-portraits of his. The background shade is so beautiful and vivid and bright. And I feel like he's kind of feeling himself in this portrait. I mean, he's beautiful. And so is this polish. This polish is stunning in any kind of light. In the sun, that blue shimmer really comes alive, but you can still see it sitting in your indoor light at your office. And then this one also has a powerful glow, which I had, again, a difficult time capturing, but it definitely does glow. And if you've seen all of the recent glow-in-the-dark polishes that Fauve has launched, you understand that they've got glow-in-the-dark down. Next up, another favorite I forgot to mention, Almond Blossom, an aqua with a large particle pink, peach, gold, green shifting shimmer and dainty hollow. This one's inspired by Almond Blossom by Vincent Van Gogh, 1890. One of his most beautiful paintings, truly, and a very different painting for Van Gogh. This one is Just a gorgeous, gorgeous sky blue, which is what you see behind the gorgeous almond blossoms. The painting just feels like the most beautiful spring or summer day, and so does this polish. It's a gorgeous blue sky that's just beaming with sunlight. This feels like a happy painting of Van Gogh's. Which they're not all happy. There's something joyful about this one. And when you look at that shimmer, there's quite a shift in it. It does have quite a roll across the rainbow. And it's one of those large particle, it's verging on microflake. And I just happened to catch this one in the bright sunlight, but this was actually right at sunset. So you're getting kind of that, again, some of that light that I feel like Van Gogh would have been painting to. Speaking of skies, next up we have Cobalt Sky. It's a cobalt blue, cyan magnetic, blue violet shimmer, and dainty hollow. This one's inspired by Wheatfield Under Thunderclouds, painted in 1890. This one has big vibes of the Dutch masters with the big vast skies. Just huge, huge, vast landscapes that are almost overwhelming. And I love that about this one. And the polish itself is just so gorgeous. It's so stunning in the velvet style. Look at that bright sky blue that sits on top of the darker cobalt. Little dainty hollow. I wish I'd caught it in the sunlight so we could see the little hollow come alive, but you can see it there. It's saying hello even in low light. Another banger though. Just really love this. Okay, another thermal. This is Irises. It's a purple when cold to turquoise aqua when warm, with green indigo violet aurora and dainty hollow. Inspired by the painting Irises by Vincent Van Gogh, 1889. Another favorite of mine. The color shift between the two on this is just so beautiful. The aqua is bright and happy. The violet purple truly looks like the purple of irises. It feels like a golden afternoon from Alice in Wonderland. That's all I can hear as I'm painting this polish. The thermal is sensitive. It's beautiful. It'll give you those Frenchies if you have a little bit longer of a nail. But even if you don't, you're probably still going to see changes as you go through different climates, as you go in air conditioning and then out in the hot sun. I really liked it a lot. Okay, we got another banger of a thermal here with, again, shifts that I really, really, really love. This is Vanishing Violet. It's a purple when cold to blurple when warm, thermal with electric, violet blue aurora, and dainty hollow, inspired by the fading pigments in irises from Vincent Van Gogh, 1889. So there's a note here on this. It says, did you know the once vibrant violet hue of the flowers have faded over time? The red pigment has faded, leaving behind the blue we see today. Oh, so at one time it was red. So there's a warmth in that purple at the tip that is reminiscent of the red that used to be more prominent in the painting. But then the more faded blue is kind of what we're seeing today. Ooh, art history and nail polish. I love it. This is such a great combo. Okay, Frailty, a pink purple jelly with a large particle gold green indigo shifting shimmer, green indigo violet aurora, color shifting reflective glitter, and dainty hollow. Damn it, another one that I really love, really love, that I didn't mention at the end of this video that I would consider a favorite. It's inspired by blossoming almond branch in a glass with a book, painted in 1888. And this is where we get such a gorgeous color of pink that we don't see a lot in Van Gogh's work that has been translated perfectly to this polish. It's so beautiful. It's such a sweet painting, and the polish itself is just so dainty and sweet. It feels like you're reading a book by the brook with a little glass of flowers. It's just... Oh, it's actually what I wish I was doing right this second. I mean, I'm so happy to be here making this video, but wow, looking at that painting and this polish and imagining its inspiration makes me want to get outside. It's so beautiful indoors though. That's one of the gorgeous thing about this whole collection is they look great both indoors and outdoors. And under flash with this one because it has a little bit of dainty reflective glitter in there, just a little bit. Fractured Light. Fractured Light. This one is a clear base absolutely packed with 4 iridescent flakies and a lot of micro hollow. Inspired by snow-covered field with a harrow after Malay. Painted by Van Gogh in 1890. This is a very different color palette for Van Gogh as well, and again, this polish captures it beautifully. I wore this in 3 coats. I actually wore this on a road trip over the weekend, a weekend or two ago, and it was just so beautiful as we were driving in the car, because you know how car light is the best light. There's no better light than car light. And I had a hard time not just filming my hand the whole drive, which is obnoxious. So it looks really gorgeous in low light. You're seeing it under a spotlight here, and then now you're seeing it next to a window in low light. And you get all of these shifts. And on this swatch, I have it on my full hand, so you're gonna get to see it on all fingers. And there's one finger that has a giant fleck on it, and I love fleck. There it is. Hi, BB. You're so beautiful. I gasped when it came out of the bottle, and I was so excited to see it. This one's just so stunning. You could wear it in just one coat. And here's what it looks like matte, because I have a sickness and must mattify all flakes. Another one I really enjoyed. Would wear again and will wear again. Okay, now we are into the Etched in Light combo. First up is Resilience. It's a reflective with a clear base and various pink, aqua, blue, silver, and color shifting reflective glitters. So this is a reflective glitter bomb with a fantastic formula. You're gonna see I built it up in 3 coats and got fantastic opacity. The Fauve brush is so fantastic. It's reminiscent of a BKL brush or an Apocalypse brush. It's a nice big fan paddle brush, and it's great for my big wide load nails. So I really like it. Not all glitter bombs are able to just be painted on, and you can see I do a little bit of the icing method. The icing method is something that I learned from a polished mage, which is where you kind of build up the polish around the base of your nail, and then you slowly work it out. As opposed to just going in for full strokes right off the bat, you kind of use the grittiness and the grippiness of the previous layer of the previous coat as you're pulling the polish over it. I don't know if that makes sense, but definitely go check out a Polish Mage and you will learn about the icing method. This one twinkles in any light. Obviously under flash, it's gonna go off. And you know, disclaimer, you most often won't see it like this, but doesn't matter. It looks incredible no matter which way you're wearing it, or no matter which light you're under. The other in the Etched in Light duo is Etched in Light, the namesake. It's a solar. It's a crelly white shade to blue sun solar with a pink aqua and blue iridescent flakies and dainty iridescent sparkle. So more flecks, more really, really beautiful, beautiful iridescent flakies. They have that pink aqua blue unicorn color roll, and then it's a gorgeous white crelly base. I built this one up to 3 coats, and it is stunning. I love a white crelly like this. I love a white crelly with anything in it, but a white crelly with flakies. I mean, I love a white crelly with glitter. I love a white crelly. I love a white crelly. But this one definitely gives unicorn hair or unicorn horn. And then the solar change is very cute. It's also basically a trans pride flag, all wrapped up in one polish, with the white base and the aqua to pink shift on the flakes, and then the blue change over in solar. It's a perfect way to honor and support our trans family members. It's a way to wear the flag. And of course, I had to mattify it again. You're seeing this with the ILNP matte top coat called Frosted Glass. And then I'm not sure why I did this, but I put 1 coat of Fractured Light over the top of Etched in Light. So the Fractured Light over Etched in Light. And it actually kind of is gorgeous. You're still catching the flakes underneath, but now you have a whole layer on top. Okay, jump scare warning, we're heading back to the outro. There you have it. What do you think? What are your faves? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions on the art? Do you have any other tidbits or info about Van Gogh that you'd like to share? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. When it comes to favorites for me, really I enjoyed every single polish in this collection. So if any of them really speak to you, you really can't go wrong. But if I were to be purchasing myself, I definitely would be picking up, I'm just gonna start right off with number 1. There's something about Flare of Madness being just like terracotta on fire or a pumpkin on fire that I really, really like. And I feel like this is definitely gonna come out in the next few months. So that's one for me. There are definitely some good brass shades here. I clearly love Van Gogh, the namesake of the collection, because I've been wearing it for several days now. I wore it through the entire 4th of July holiday. Wasn't feeling super patriotic, so this was kind of a nice, sort of felt like a midsummer kind of harvest semi-brat polish. I was wearing a brat colored thong at a pool party, so it matched. The magnetics are stunning, both of them. I would absolutely be kind of humming and hawing over getting both of those. And then this thermal, Vanishing Violet, I probably would be buying this one too. Wait, is that a thermal? Yeah. I also really liked Fractured Light. It was Fractured Light's very versatile. And so if you like big fleck and you like versatile topper / buildable polish, Fractured Light would be for you. Okay, so Fauve also sent along 3 cuticle oils that I've been using pretty consistently for the past, I don't know, almost a month. I've been kind of bopping around between the 3 and really love all 3 of them. So, I mean, it's always time to put on cuticle oil, so I'm gonna put some on right now. Starting with Giverny Breeze, which is aloe, raspberry, and osmanthus scented. I need to look up what that is. Aloe, raspberry, and osmanthus scented. I don't know what osmanthus is, but I'm gonna look that up. Okay, cute ombre bottles. Ooh, yeah, I've loved this one. I've liked all three. Yeah, delicious. Very raspberry forward, but not too fruity. It's kind of, there's some green undercutting the raspberry. Really lovely. Okay, now this one we have, hey, shush. Moose wanted to come in and say hello. But not really. She just wanted to come in. Can you say hi? Say hi to my friends. Some ASMR for my friends. Okay. Well, maybe you'll leave me alone now. Okay, this one, I gotta get my glasses. Girl, I can't see. Okay. All right, this one's ginger, coconut, and amber scented, which, like, I love all three of those things, so kind of can't go wrong with that. Super tropical, but then it also, the amber kind of tones it down just a little bit. So it's not so sweet, which I like. There's something about both of these that aren't too saccharine. There's still something that kind of, there are mid notes that kind of pull the top notes down a little bit. And then the third one is sea salt and beach sage, which another one I'm like, I'm gonna like this one. Just for smell test, I'm gonna put it right here. That one's really soothing. The sea salt and the sage are just like a perfect complement to each other. I don't know what makes sage beach sage, but I like it, 'cause anything on the beach I like. And it's really gorgeous. We're just gonna add a little bit. We're gonna layer, you know? Sometimes you just need to layer your cuticle oils. I get asked often what my cuticle routine is, which always kind of throws me a little bit because I used to be a cuticle biter not too long ago, like until I was 38. I was biting my nails and my cuticles, and painting my nails is a big part of why I don't do that anymore. Sometimes tempted, but still don't. But continuous application of cuticle oil is one of the very first tips I would give. It's absolutely one of the main things I do every day. The other thing I do every day, almost multiple times a day, is I put on this Glow Recipe Pink Dream, because it's kind of like a hand cream version of the cuticle remover. It has a very light acid, and one I think it's actually natural acid. I think it's a combo of, anyway. The thing I love about this is kind of like a cuticle remover. It has a very gentle exfoliant, much more gentle than a cuticle remover. Very gentle. So it's okay for daily use, and it just really lightly softens my hands and my cuticles. And it smells like watermelon, which I love. So, Glow Recipes Watermelon Glow Pink Dream Body. Can't recommend this enough. Proof, I have an empty right here. And I've gotten every last ounce out of this thing, and will do with this. And this is not my first empty. Several empties of this. So, if the only thing you do is cuticle oil, brilliant. You're fine. That will be great. I'm a little bit older. I'm also trying to kind of combat a bit of anti-aging with my hands. Not that I'm not okay with aging. I just want to do it as slowly and gracefully as possible. It just is it's a nice finishing touch for my whole hand. I'll do another video about my cuticle and hand care, but those are my top 2 recommendations. Anyway, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the art and the polish. I had so much fun, and I really appreciate you being here. Until next time, take care of yourself. See ya.